Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today's Friday, August 19, 2022. Big Friday podcast day. They're only going to get larger from here on Fridays. So we got Major League Baseball, WNBA playoffs, NFL preseason, Major League Soccer, Little League World Series, golf, NASCAR, NFL wide receiver rankings, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend's games. Cardinals over the Rockies, 13-0. Rangers over the Athletics, 10-3. So best bet finally comes through. Astros over the White Sox, 21-5. Wow. Brewers over the Dodgers, 5-3. Cubs over the Orioles, 3-2. D-backs over the Giants, 5-0. Pirates over the Red Sox, 8-2. Blue Jays over the Yanks, 9-2. Rays over the Royals, 7-1. Braves over the Mets, 3-2. And Nats over the Padres, 3-1. And now the games today at 2:20 from Wrigley. We got Aaron Ashby and Keegan Thompson in a matinee between the Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers are minus 142. The Cubs are plus 120. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 112. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 134. I'm taking the Cubs. They're 52% to win according to ESPN Analytics. And they're plus 120. So give me the Cubs at plus 120 as a home upset pick. 7 o'clock, you have the Red Sox at the Orioles. Cutter Crawford and Jordan Lyles. The Orioles are minus 110. The Red Sox are minus 106. Over under 9. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 142. Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 172. Orioles favored on the money line. Red Sox favored on the run line. I'm taking the Orioles. The Orioles are 70.3% to win according to ESPN Analytics. 70.3. They are minus 110 and plus money on the run line. That's ridiculous. I'm taking the money line. Oh my goodness, the Orioles are a lock. Reds Pirates. Graham Ashcraft and Bryce Wilson. The Reds are minus 118. The Pirates are even money over under 8, minus 110 each way. Reds minus 1.5 is plus 140. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm actually going to take the Reds at minus 118. That's a low number. 58.5% according to ESPN Analytics there to win. And I don't think the money line reflects that number, that 58.5%. So I'm going to lay the minus 118 with the Reds. Mets Phillies from Citizens Bank. Chris Bassett and Aaron Nola. Phillies minus 120, Mets plus 102, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104, Mets plus 1.5 is minus 194, Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 160. The numbers are about right. I like the over, though, because there could be like a bullpen blow-up. Apple TV Plus, Blue Jays, Yankees, Kevin Gausman and Jameson Taillon. Yanks minus 112, Blue Jays minus 102, over under 8, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 152, Yankees plus 1.5 is minus 182. The market is finally starting to adjust the Yankees because of their slide. They are favored on the money line, but Toronto's favored on the run line. I think Toronto should be plus money, so I'm going to lay in a minus 112 with the Yankees to bounce back after the 9-2 defeat. Angels Tigers, Patrick Sandoval and Matt Manning. Angels minus 138, Tigers plus 118, over under 7.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Angels minus 1.5 is plus 128, Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 154. I do like the over in this game. White Sox Guardians, Lance Lynn and Tristan McKenzie. Guardians minus 132, White Sox plus 112, over under 7.5, minus 110 each way. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 196. Guardians minus 1.5 is plus 162. I like the over. Lance Lynn's been awful this year, so over. Royals Rays. Brady Singer and Shane McClanahan. Rays minus 210, Royals plus 176, over under 6.5, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 137, Rays minus 1.5 is plus 114. There's no way to go but over. 6.5 is the lowest total for a 9-inning baseball game I've probably ever seen. I've seen that total when they had the 7-inning doubleheaders, but that's different. So I'm going over for this game. Astros Braves at 7:20. Lance McCullers Jr. and Kyle Wright. Braves minus 126. Astros plus 108. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Astros plus 1.5 is minus 188. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 155. I like the under in this game. Yeah, I think the numbers are just about right from a money line standpoint. I just wanted to double check that, but I like the under in that game. 8 o'clock, Apple TV Plus. Rangers Twins, Martin Perez and Dylan Bundy. If I'm not mistaken, I think Perez pitched for the Twins once upon a time. The Twins are favored, minus 142. The Rangers are plus 120, over under 8. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 188. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 155. I like Texas. Plus 120 is a dog. They're 53.1 to win according to ESPN Analytics. 8:30, Giants Rockies. Alex Wood and Jose Urena. Giants minus 168. Rockies plus 142. Over under 11.5. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 120. Giants plus 1 or minus 1.5 is minus 113. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 106. I'm going with the Rockies run line here, plus 1.5 at minus 106. Don't think they'll win outright, but I think they'll be competitive. 9:30, Mariners Athletics. Marco Gonzalez and Cole Irvin. Mariners minus 138, A's plus 118, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 120, A's plus 1.5 is minus 144. I'm going with Oakland at plus 118 as a dog. They're 54.5 to win according to ESPN Analytics. Cardinals Diamondbacks, Miles Mikolas and Tommy Henry. Cards minus 180, D-backs plus 152, over under 8.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Cardinals minus 1.5 is minus 106, D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 113. For this one, I'm going to go... I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks run line, plus 1.5 at minus 113. They either win outright or lose by 1. Nationals Padres. A lot of 9:30 games tonight. Paolo Espino and Blake Snell. Pods minus 360. Nats plus 290. Over under 7.5. Minus 110 Detroit. Nats plus 1.5 is plus 140. Padres minus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm going with the over. The Nats bullpen's going to implode. And 10 o'clock, you have the Marlins at the Dodgers. Don Mattingly back in L.A. You have Jesus Luzardo and Tyler Anderson. We haven't seen Luzardo in a long time. Dodgers minus 275. Marlins plus 225. Over under 8. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Marlins plus 1.5 is plus 105. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 126. I do like the over based on that we haven't seen Luzardo in a while. I think there's a chance of him, not pitching well. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Blue Jays Yankees. Mitch White, Garrett Cole. Mets Phillies doubleheader, game 1, makeup for May 6th. David Peterson, Zach Wheeler. Angels Tigers, Reed Detmers, Tyler Alexander. 2:20 Fox Sports 1 Brewers Cup, Freddie Peralta and Marcus Stroman. Red Sox Orioles at 4 o'clock, Michael Wacha and Kyle Bradish. Royals Rays, Chris Bubic and Drew Rasmussen. 6 o'clock, White Sox Guardians, Johnny Cueto and Shane Bieber. 7 o'clock, you have the Reds at the Pirates, Justin Dunn and Tyler Beede. Rangers Twins, Glenn Otto and Chris Archer. 7:15 on Fox, Astros Braves, Christian Javier and Spencer Strider. So you got the World Series rematch there. So better game 2, Mets Phillies. We don't know what's going for the Mets, and Bailey Falter's going for Philly. Mariners Athletics. I can't believe this is on Fox. This is for the Mariners. Logan Gilbert and James Kaprielian. 8 o'clock, you have the Giants at the Rockies, Alex Cobb and Ryan Feltner. Cardinals Diamondbacks. Dakota Hudson and Madison Bumgarner. 8:30 Nationals Padres, Josiah Gray and Joe Musgrove. And 9 o'clock, you have the Marlins at the Dodgers, Braxton Garrett and Dustin May making his season debut. Sunday, 12 o'clock on Peacock, you have the White Sox at the Guardians, Dylan Cease and Aaron Savali. 1:30 Reds Pirates, Mike Minor, Mitch Keller. Astros Braves, Jose Urquidy, Charlie Morton. Mets Phillies, we know it's going for the Mets and Kyle Gibson's going for Philly. Blue Jays Yankees, they're retiring Paul O'Neill's number on Sunday. It's Alek Manoah and Nestor Cortez. Angels Tigers, Shohei Ohtani and Eduardo Rodriguez. Royals Rays, Zach Greinke and we know is going for Tampa. 2 o'clock, you have the Rangers at the Twins, Kohei Ariara and Joe Ryan. 2:20 Brewers Cubs, Brandon Woodruff and Justin Steele. 3 o'clock Giants Rockies, Jacob Junis and Kyle Freeland. 4 o'clock Mariners Athletics, Luis Castillo and J.P. Sears. Marlins Dodgers, Sandy Alcantara and Ryan Papuai. Cardinals D-backs, Jose Quintana and Merrill Kelly. Nats Padres, Patrick Corbin and Sean Manaea. And 7 o'clock on ESPN, you have the Red Sox at the Orioles from BB&T Ballpark at historic Bowman Field in Williamsport, so it's not at Camden Yards. You have Nick Pivetta and Dean Kremer. All right, so there you have it. Major League Baseball's done. We'll move on now to the WNBA playoffs. We have 2 games last night, and then we have a couple games to preview and predict for the weekend. Sun over the Wings, 93-68. The Sun take a 1-0 series lead over Dallas. Jonquel Jones, 19 points. Alicia Gray, 17 and 5 boards. Storm over the Mystics, 86-83. In Game 1 to take a 1-0 series lead. This was the best game in the WNBA playoffs so far. Brianna Stewart, 23 points, 12 boards. And Elena Deladon kept Washington in that game by herself, 26 points and 5 assists. All right, Saturday, the WNBA playoffs resume. 12 o'clock on ESPN, you have the Liberty and the Sky. The original projection was 10.5, but now it goes to 9.5, and that's what it is. In total is 168.5. I like the over. And I think that the Sky bounced back here to get the game in Brooklyn. And at 9 o'clock on ESPN2, you have the Mercury and the Aces. For this one, I projected a whopping 19.5 for this game. Now it goes to 20.5. Line 16.5, total is 166.5. I'm still laying the points with the Aces. I think the Mercury just want to go home and end what is a tumultuous season, headlined by Brittany Griner's situation, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to lay the points with the Aces as they advance to the second round. And then Sunday, 12 o'clock on ABC, Game 2 between the Wings and the Sun. For Game 1, I projected 13.5. Now it's going to be 14.5. So 11.5 and 161.5. I'll lay the points with Connecticut. And in Mystic Storm, I project the Storm by 4, and it's 4.5 and 161.5. I'll take the over. And I think that I don't remember if I picked the Storm to sweep. I don't think I did. But I do have an edge on the Mystics in that game. Let's say the Mystics win to force a Game 3. So, we'll say that the Mystics actually win that game to force a Game 3. So we have 2 Game 3s. All right, now I'll move on to the NFL preseason. We had 1 game last night. I apologize, guys. I thought Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were calling the game, but it ended up being Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Dan Orlovsky instead. But that's okay. We'll see Buck and Aikman in the regular season. I think those 3 are just doing the 2 preseason games because they want Buck and Aikman to debut in a regular season game. So the Bears defeat the Seahawks 27-11. Chicago 2-0, Seattle 0-2. Nate Peterman, 8 for 14, 85 yards. Justin Fields saw sometime 5 for 7, 35 yards. Trevor Siemian, 8 for 15, 48 yards and a touchdown. And in Seattle, Geno Smith, 10 of 18, 112 yards. And Jacob Eason, 17 of 35, 141 yards. And that's my mistake. I didn't realize that Drew Lock tested positive for COVID. And I thought Siemian was on the Seahawks for some reason. When he was on the Bears. So, I screwed up that one. All right, 3 preseason games tonight, 7 o'clock, NFL Network. You have the Panthers against the Patriots. The Patriots are 5-point favorites, total of 40. I'm going to take the Panthers getting the 5 because I think you'll see a lot of Baker and a lot of Sam Darnold. So I like the Panthers getting the 5 points. I think they can win too. They're plus 175. 8 o'clock, you have the Saints against the Packers. The Packers are giving 3 points. The total is 38. The Saints have better depth at quarterback than the Packers do. I think there's a chance you see Aaron Rodgers here. But I'm going to go with New Orleans because I don't think we're going to see Aaron Rodgers. I think we'll see Jameis and I think we'll see Ian Book. So I'm going to take the Saints getting the 3 and they're plus 135 as well. And Andy Dalton. So they're pretty deep at quarterback. 10 o'clock on NFL Network, you have the Texans and the Rams. The Texans are actually favored by 2.5 points and total is 38. This is a Vegas Nose preseason line. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Texans. And then a lot of games on Saturday. So 1 o'clock NFL Network, you have the Broncos against the Bills. The Bills are giving 6. The total is 42. I think that Denver getting the 6 is a good play for a preseason game. Also, 1 o'clock is the Lions against the Colts. The Colts are getting 3 at home. Total is 38.5. I'll lay the 3 with the Lions. 4 o'clock, Commanders Chiefs on NFL Network. The Chiefs are favored by 5.5. Total is 44. Washington has better depth at quarterback now, so I'm going to take the Commanders getting the 5.5 in Kansas City. 7 o'clock NFL Network, you have the Buccaneers against the Titans. The Titans are favored by 3, total 38.5. I'll lay the 3 with Tennessee. Raiders Dolphins. The Raiders are giving 1, totals 40.5. I think we'll see Derek Carr in this game. But on Miami side, you have Tua and Jacoby Brissett. So I'm going to take the 1 point with the Dolphins against the Raiders. 49ers Vikings. The Vikings are giving 4.5, totals 39.5. I'll take San Francisco getting the 4.5. I think you'll see a lot of Trey Lance in this game. Steelers, Jaguars. The Jaguars are giving 3, totals 41.5. I think that the Steelers have more depth at quarterback than the Jags do, so I'll take the Steelers getting the 3 points because I think you'll see Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, and obviously Mitch Trubisky. And 10 o'clock on NFL Network, you have the Cowboys against the Chargers. The Chargers are laying 3, totals 37.5. I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers. I think that the Cowboys are going to rest some guys. Chargers will play their guys a little longer, so I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers. And then on Sunday, we have 3. We also have a preseason game Monday, but we'll do that on Monday's podcast. 1 o'clock, NFL Network, you have the Eagles against the Browns. The Eagles are giving 3 points. The total is 35.5. I'm going to lay the 3 at the Eagles in this one with their stronger depth and quarterback. I mean, the Browns have quarterback depth too, but I think they like the Eagles' depth better. 7 o'clock, NFL Network, you have the Bengals against the Giants. The Giants are laying 5.5, totals 38.5. That's a high number. Even for a preseason game. Although the Giants have more depth at quarterback than the Bengals do. I think you'll see more Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. But I'm going to go with the over. This is like the only preseason game so far that I've gone with the total. So I'm going to go over 38.5 between the Bengals and the Giants. And then 8 o'clock on Fox, you have the Ravens against the Cardinals. Ravens are giving 5.5 on the road, total 38.5. The Ravens have more depth at quarterback than the Cards, so I'm going to lay the 5.5 with the Ravens against the Cardinals. All right, Major League Soccer. We'll go over the weekend slate and make some picks. So tonight we have one game on ESPN at 10 o'clock. You have the LA Galaxy hosting the Seattle Sounders. Each team has won 2 of their last 5 games. They place in 10th and 6th in the standings. This is a huge game because Seattle's won back of the 6-7-8 bash. So this is a huge game by all accounts. The Galaxy are minus 120. Seattle's plus 250, draw plus 280. I'm going with the draw. Saturday, we have a lot of games. Actually, not a lot for a Saturday. Not your usual loaded Saturday. 6 o'clock, you have the Red Bulls hosting Cincinnati. The Red Bulls are coming off a win. Cincinnati only has 1 win their last 5 as well. The Red Bulls are minus 150 at home. Seattle's plus 340. Or, I'm sorry, Cincinnati's plus 340. Draw plus 290. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 126. 7:30, CF Montreal and New England. Montreal winners of 3 of their last 5. New England's 2 of their last 5. Montreal minus 145. New England plus 320. Draw plus 280. For this game, I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals again at plus 116. DC and Philly. DC 2-1 home dog. Philly plus 115. Draw plus 230. I'm taking Philly here to bounce back. Plus 115 after the loss in Dallas. 8 o'clock, you have Miami and Toronto. Miami's won 2 of their last 3. Toronto's won 3 of their last 5. These 2 teams are pretty close in the standings. Miami's plus 125, Toronto's plus 165, draw plus 280. I'm going with Miami at home at plus 125. Minnesota's hosting Austin. Minnesota winners of 3 of their last 5. Austin's won 2 of their last 3. This is a really good game. Minnesota's plus 105. Austin's 2-1, draw plus 270. I like Austin as a 2-1 dog. I'm surprised that they're 2-1. That's a lot of good value on Austin. 9 o'clock, Colorado hosts Houston. Colorado only 2 wins in their last 5. Houston's on a 4-game losing streak. These are 2 of the worst teams in the sport. Colorado's minus 155. Houston's plus 330. Draws 3-1. I like the draw. 10 o'clock, you have Salt Lake against Vancouver. Each team has won 2 of their last 5. Vancouver's really 2 of their last 3, though. So this is a monster game as well. Salt Lake's -180, Vancouver's +410, draw 3-1. I like the draw at 3-1. Although Vancouver is a juicy, juicy dog. Actually, I miscapped that one. This is Salt Lake. But this is a good game as well. But I do like the draw. I think Salt Lake's overvalued, so I'm going to go draw 3-1. I misread that. I thought that said Seattle. Salt Lake, Vancouver. And at 10 o'clock, last but not least, San Jose is hosting LAFC. LAFC is on a monster streak right now. They've won their last 7 Major League Soccer matches. Their low not win came in a draw against America in the friendly back on August 3rd. So they're red hot right now. San Jose's +230. LA is -125. And the draw's +320. For this game, I'm going over 3.5 goals at +114. Sunday, 5:30, you have Columbus hosting Atlanta. Columbus always won 1 in their last 4, and Atlanta 1 of their last 5. Columbus is -125, Atlanta +290, draw +270. For this one, I like under 2.5 goals at +108. 6 o'clock, Chicago hosts NYCFC. Chicago, winners of 3 of their last 5. NYCFC's in a slump, winless in their last 4. Chicago's +120. NYCFC's +190. Draw +240. I'm going with the draw +240. NYCFC's a really good underdog pick, but I like the draw. 7 o'clock, you have Charlotte and Orlando. Each team has had similar parallels here in the last 5. Win, loss, loss, win, loss. From their most recent games to their 5th most recent games. So, each team's won 2 of their last 5. And these 2 teams are a point apart in the standings, too. Charlotte +120, Orlando +195, draw +230. I'm going with the draw. 7:30, Kansas City and Portland. Each team only has 1 win in their last 5. And Portland is winless in their last 4. Portland is tied for the last playoff spot. KC's out of it. But KC's a home favorite at even money. Portland +230, draw +250. I'm going with Portland as a underdog at +230. Then 8:30, Sunday night, you have Nashville hosting Dallas. Nashville winless in their last 5. Dallas has won their last 2. Nashville's -120, Dallas +290, draw +250. I'm going to go with Dallas at +290 as a juicy road underdog there. All right, Little League World Series. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Chinese Taipei over Italy 2-0. Indiana over Iowa 8-7. Mexico over Puerto Rico 6-1. And Texas over Pennsylvania 8-3. All right, today, double elimination, 1 o'clock. You have Curacao and Panama. The loser of this game goes down to the loser's bracket. I'm going to go with Panama in that spot. 3 o'clock on ESPN, you have Tennessee against Utah. When I picked the Little League World Series, I think I had Utah advancing, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to go with Utah. 5 o'clock on ESPN, you have Canada and Japan. This is a great game. I'm going to say Japan wins. And then 7 o'clock, double elimination in Hawaii and New York. That is some game. I'm going to say Hawaii wins that to go on to the next round. And then Saturday, elimination games. 1 o'clock, you have Italy and Australia. I think that the team that moves on, I think Australia bounces back and moves on. Iowa and Washington elimination game. I'm going to go with Washington to move on. Puerto Rico and Nicaragua. I'm going to go with Puerto Rico to move on. I don't think they're that bad. And Massachusetts and Pennsylvania, I think the little bit of a home field advantage for Hollidaysburg will prevail them to a win. And then on Sunday, so the first game would be on Sunday would be I just lost my train of thought, guys. It would be Australia against Italy. Or wait. No, not Italy. Curacao. And then I'll go Curacao to advance on Sunday morning. And then next on Sunday morning, another losers bracket game. It would be Washington against the Southeast Mountain loser from Friday. That would be Tennessee. So it'd be Tennessee against Washington. And then I'd pick Tennessee to win that game. Then 1 o'clock on ESPN on Sunday would be the winner of Puerto Rico and Nicaragua. So that's Puerto Rico. And then the loser of Game 11, that's Canada. So it'd be Canada against Puerto Rico. And I really did like Canada in this tournament. But Puerto Rico dropping to the losers bracket is a scary thought. But I'm going to stick with that Canada prediction. So I think Canada eliminates Puerto Rico on Sunday. And then the last game on Sunday would be 2 o'clock on ABC. It would be so Pennsylvania against the loser of Game 12, which would be New York. So New York against Pennsylvania. So I'm going to say New York wins that and advances further in the losers bracket of the Little League World Series. All right, now we'll move on to golf. We have the current leaderboard for the BMW Championship. And your leader right now with a score of 7 under is Keegan Bradley. Second place with the score of 6 under is Adam Scott. Tied for third with 5 under is Harold Varner III, Shane Lowry, Justin Thomas. Tied for 6th with 4 under, Ches V, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Christian Ziedenhout, Tyrell Hatton, Ryan Henley, Cam Young. Tied for 13th with 3 under, Kyle Cooley, Corey Connors, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlake, Mark Leishman, Adam Hadwin, Scott Stallings, Dylan McCarthy, J.J. Spawn, Rory McIlroy, and Scotty Scheffler. Tied for 42nd with 2 under, Troy Merritt, Matt Kuchar, Sam Burns, Emiliano Grillo, Cam Davis, Aaron Weiss, Brett Horschel, Joaquin Neiman, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Alex Smalley. Tied for 34th with 1 under. Chris Kirk, Sebastian Munoz, Maverick McNeely, Taylor Hogue, Sanjay Im, Lucas Herbert, Hideki Matsuyama, and Will Zalatoris. Tied for 42nd at even. Kurt Katayama, Trey Molinak, Seamus Power, Kevin Kisner, Joo-Hyung Kim, and Taylor Pendrith. Tied for 48th with 1 over. Now we're going to go through notables because of time. Alex Noren, JT Potson, Max Homa, Cam Triangle, Seth Diglia, Brian Harmon, Seb Straka. Tied for 55th with 2 over. Taylor Moore, Adam Pund, and Victor Hovland. John Rahm tied for 59th with 3 over. Mito Pereira and Keith Mitchell. Tied for 61st with 4 over. Mackenzie Hughes and Lucas Glover. 63rd with 5 over. Brendan Steele. Tied for 64th with 6 over. Tony Finau, Davis Riley, and Wyndham Clark. And 67th with 7 over. Luke List and Cy Woodkin. We actually got through the whole thing, believe it or not. All right, NASCAR. We'll preview and pick the weekend's races. No truck series until September the 9th, so we have a couple more weeks till we see the trucks again. So, Watkins Glen tomorrow, 3 o'clock on USA, is Xfinity. I'm going to pull up DraftKings odds for the races. My pick to win the Xfinity race at the Glen 2022, the 200. Kyle Larson is such a big favorite at 3-1. I'm going to go with Noah Gragson at 20-1 to win the Xfinity race at the Glen 200. And the Cup Series, 3 o'clock on Sunday on USA. From the Glen, my pick to win this race. I'm looking at this saying, why is Daniel Suarez at 12-1? Daniel Suarez has good history at tracks like this. So I'm going to go with Daniel Suarez at 12-1 to win Gold Bowling at the Glen 2022. All right, now I'm going to do my NFL wide receiver rankings. There are a bunch of wideouts on the list. Every team's top 3 on their depth chart at wide receiver, plus a notable free agent. 95, Freddie Swain, the Seattle Seahawks. 94, James Proch, Baltimore Ravens. 93, Matt Collins, Las Vegas Raiders. 92, Jawan Jennings, San Francisco 49ers. 91, Aquamius St. Brown, Chicago Bears. 90, Chris Moore, Houston Texans. 89, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, Tennessee Titans. 88, Devin Duvernay, Baltimore Ravens. 87, Isaiah McKenzie, Buffalo Bills. 86, Nico Collins, Houston Texans. 85, Alamide Zakos, Atlanta Falcons. 84, Paris Campbell, Indianapolis Colts. 83, Quez Watkins, Philadelphia Eagles. 82, KJ Osborne, Minnesota Vikings. 81, Jacoby Myers, New England Patriots. 80, Alec Pierce, Indianapolis Colts. 79, George Pickens, Pittsburgh Steelers. 78, Zay Jones, Jacksonville Jaguars. 77, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Cleveland Browns. 76, Byron Pringle, Chicago Bears. 75, Kendrick Bourne, New England Patriots. 74, Cedric Wilson, Miami Dolphins. 73, Brian Edwards, Atlanta Falcons. 72, Randall Cobb, Green Bay Packers. 71, KJ Hamler, Denver Broncos. 70, Marvin Jones Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars. 69, Wan'Dale Robinson, New York Giants. 68, David Bell, Cleveland Browns. 67, Jalen Tolbert, Dallas Cowboys. 66, Kadarius Toney, New York Giants. 65, Elijah Moore, New York Jets. 64, Darnell Mooney, Chicago Bears. 63, Mecole Hardman, Kansas City Chiefs. 62, DJ Chark, Detroit Lions. 61, Van Jefferson, Los Angeles Rams. 60, Curtis Samuel, Washington Commanders. 59, Tyler Boyd, Cincinnati Bengals. 58, Alan Lazard, Green Bay Packers. 57, Gabriel Davis, Buffalo Bills. 56, Rashad Bateman, Baltimore Ravens. 55, Brandon Cooks, Houston Texans. 54, Christian Kirk, Jacksonville Jaguars. 53, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Kansas City Chiefs. 52, Russell Gage, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 51, Michael Gallup, Dallas Cowboys. 50, A.J. Green, Arizona Cardinals. 49, Jarvis Landry, New Orleans Saints. 48, Deontay Johnson, Pittsburgh Steelers. 47, Michael Pittman Jr., Indianapolis Colts. 46, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kansas City Chiefs. 45, Jahan Dotson, Washington Commanders. 44, Jamison Williams, Detroit Lions. 43, Treylon Burks, Tennessee Titans. 42, Drake London, Atlanta Falcons. 41, Garrett Wilson, New York Jets. 40, Chris Olave, New Orleans Saints. 39, Robbie Anderson, Carolina Panthers. 38, Sammy Watkins, Green Bay Packers. 37, Devontae Parker, New England Patriots. 36, Odell Beckham Jr., free agent. 35, Brandon Ayuk, 49ers of San Francisco. 34, Kenny Golladay, New York Giants. 33, Corey Davis, New York Jets. 32, Marquise Brown, Arizona Cardinals. 31, Jerry Jeudy, Denver Broncos. 30, Chase Claypool, Pittsburgh Steelers. 29, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions. 28, Devontae Smith, Philadelphia Eagles. 27, Mike Williams, Los Angeles Chargers. 26, Hunter Renfrow, Las Vegas Raiders. 25, T. Higgins, Cincinnati Bengals. 24, DJ Moore, Carolina Panthers. 23, Tyler Lockett, Seattle Seahawks. 22, Allen Robinson, Los Angeles Rams. 21, Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders. 20, Amari Cooper, Cleveland Browns. 19, Robert Woods, Tennessee Titans. 18, Cortland Sutton, Denver Broncos. 17, Jalen Waddle, Miami Dolphins. 16, DK Metcalf, Seattle Seahawks. 15, Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 14, Deebo Samuel, San Francisco 49ers. 13, Chris Godwin, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 12, Adam Thielen, Minnesota Vikings. 11, CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys. 10, A.J. Brown, Philadelphia Eagles. 9, Michael Thomas, New Orleans Saints. 8, Keenan Allen, Los Angeles Chargers. 7, Stephon Diggs, Buffalo Bills. 6, Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins. 5, Justin Jefferson, Minnesota Vikings. 4, Jamar Chase, Cincinnati Bengals. 3, DeAndre Hopkins, Arizona Cardinals. 2, Devontae Adams, Las Vegas Raiders. And number 1, coming off a triple crown of a season and Super Bowl MVP, Cooper Kupp, Los Angeles Rams. You could argue for Adams for number 1. Hopkins probably would have been number 1 a couple years ago, but I think that he's been surpassed. You can debate 4 through even 7 on this list for those spots. Keenan Allen, I think, is one of the more underrated wide receivers in the entire league. Michael Thomas missed so much time, so that's why he's only 9th. And A.J. Brown rounds out the top 10, although you can make a case any guy between 11 and even 15 on my list, which is Mike Evans, could be in the top 10. And this is a very deep wide receiver group this year. So this was a hard list to put together. Quite frankly, all these are hard, but this was one of the harder ones to do. All right, now I'll move on to the news and notes for today. The NCAA tweaks rule changes for targeting and faking injuries ahead of the upcoming season in college football, so that's really interesting. Nebraska head coach Scott Frost has a weird flex as he says there are 15 to 20 vomits every practice from his offensive line under their new position coach, and he goes, I think they love it. Oof. So, Texas Longhorns running back, Bijan Robinson, launches a Dijon mustard brand with a hilarious slogan. So, I suggest you guys check that out. Amazon dropped their new Thursday Night Football theme as it's ready for its Chargers-Chiefs debut on September 15th. Mike Tomlin hosts kids at Steelers practice as the coach had to break up a fight between those kids and then invited them to practice. So that's interesting. So the big news of yesterday, obviously, Deshaun Watson suspension now 11 games, $5 million fine, and he must undergo evaluation and treatment. Good on the league for extending his suspension. I think he should have gotten the whole year. Meanwhile, Calvin Ridley gets a whole year for gambling. Very bizarre. So at least he's going to get treatment as well as part of this. Jaguars running back James Robinson to be ready for the opener amid recovery from a torn Achilles. So that is good news for Jacksonville to have him and Travis Etienne ready to go. Baseball. So Brett Baty hit the big home run for the Mets in his debut on Wednesday night. And his high school baseball team was hyped when he homered in his first major league at bat. So Dansby Swanson and the Braves have opened extension talks as he's going to be a free agent this fall. Speaking of free agents, the White Sox bring in former Athletics and Rangers shortstop Elvis Andrus after he clears waivers. So he'll replace Tim Anderson for the time being. And speaking of the White Sox, Tony La Russa talks about them getting blown out, and he talks about how he hates the rule about pitching position players. He goes, there's got to be a way to avoid that. Listen, I think Tony La Russa should be fired at the end of the season. I think that the game has passed him by. But he's not wrong, because what if your position player gets injured pitching and then he has to get Tommy John surgery? Andrew McCutchen sums up Milwaukee's player of the game best. I feel like I should be on an episode of Sons of Anarchy, so that's really funny. So, the latest school to recruit Bronny James, Memphis. So that's really interesting. So the big news of yesterday in hockey, Nazem Kadri finally signs 7 years, $49 million with the Calgary Flames. I think Calgary's done a great job after losing Johnny Gaudreau, bringing in Kadri, and getting Huberdeau in that trade that sent Matthew Tkachuk to Florida. So good on Calgary for rebounding after that. And then they had to dump Sean Monahan's contract into Montreal's cap space so they could sign Kadri. And bad news for the Canadians, as Carey Price likely going to be unavailable for the start of the season, as the outlook on his knee is discouraging, and he might be on the long-term injury reserve. He might be out for the season. Montreal, it's just so brutal. They're in the final. Not even 2 years ago, and they had the weird playoff system and the weird divisions when they eliminated the conferences. And now they're just rock bottom. I feel really bad for the Canadians. It's just really bad luck there. All right, and last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. So yesterday's was a winner in the A's-Rangers game. There's a bet I absolutely loved on the board. I said it was a lock earlier in the show. It is a moneyline favorite slightly, and that is the Baltimore Orioles, or minus 110 against the Boston Red Sox. I'm lay a half unit on the Baltimore Orioles, minus 110 against the Red Sox is my best bet of the day. That's it for today's show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend, and we'll look at the Monday. We'll have the tight end rankings for you as well. Hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, everyone.